Really critical time with mortgage rates doing what they're doing. The spring selling season, also known as spring, it has sprung and it's on us. Ryan, what are you hearing from all your agents out there across America?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. Definitely spring is a busy time of year. This is when the listings come on. One of the greatest challenges lately, of course, has been a lack of listings, too little inventory. We're selling whatever can come on the market in as little as 18 days on average. So we've got very, very high velocity. Managed to sell over 6 million homes for the past couple of years. So we're certainly seeing a lot of transaction throughput, but with inventory so limited, you've got prices continuing to increase because buyer demand is just so very strong. It's strong and it's fundamental. It's for all the right reasons. People are looking to buy, looking to upsize, looking to maybe get a second home that they can use a lot more now that they're working a little bit more remotely. And we can see that trend continue even with some of the pressures you mentioned, including rates.
I think the pace of buying, as we've seen, by the way, 5% used to be considered low. I mean, I'm not that old, Ryan, but I'm old enough to remember even like 10 years ago, 5% was like, wow, that's a bargain. Now suddenly it's expensive. 5% is the same number. But people buy homes, as you know, on the monthly payment normally, not the overall cost. So do you think price increases have to either regulate or prices in some markets may have to come down a bit so that monthly payment stays in a certain range?
Well, certainly price increases need to regulate at some point in time. The year-over-year price increases that we've seen, 16, 17, 18% year-over-year, longer term, that's not sustainable. That's not to say that pricing is not appropriate today. I think it is, and I think it reflects fundamental demand. We're simply not building enough homes to actually meet the overall needs that we have in the economy. Probably 5 to 6 million more homes if they were constructed today could be sold and we'd come close to actually meeting demand. So with prices increasing on mortgage rates, for instance, relatively quickly, yes, it is a rapid increase, but we also have a rapidly moving market, a very high velocity market. I think the rate increase will tamp down demand just a little bit. However, I've got to say, if you've been in the market recently, you've seen we're looking at multi-offer situations pretty much everywhere. We're looking at high cash down payments. In many cases, the winners in the bids are cash buyers who are not impacted by these higher interest rates. So for those of you out there who are thinking, well, I hope this means demand will go away and I can operate as a buyer in a more normalized marketplace, I wouldn't hold your breath. I continue to see demand very strong.
Yeah. This is incredible stuff, too, because everybody always likes to talk about home values, but you just had some research, and I couldn't believe the numbers. Kind of rubbed my eyes and did a double take, Ryan. 46% of homeowners don't know what their home is worth? How is that possible?
Yeah, you have lots of information out there that would seemingly tell you what your home is worth. But I would say now more than ever before, you really need a trusted advisor, an expert on today's market to be able to inform you of that. That is not a sales pitch for Coldwell Banker or for the real estate industry in general. Truly, if you sit down with a professional today and understand what a well-positioned, well-marketed version of your home is worth in today's market, literally in this moment in your neighborhood, I think you're going to be very surprised. And that stat comes from a lot of those individuals, homeowners who thought they had a rough sense, but once they had an actual sense of the real dollar amount, it did two things. One, it educated them in a pretty big way, very surprising, like you said, kind of rub your eyes once you actually know the number. But two, it led them to action. It led them to say, wow, if that's really the value of your home today, maybe we can accelerate some of our plans. Maybe we can move forward to what we were planning on doing 5 years from now and leverage some of that value that we have today. So I do believe as more become aware of what the value of their home is today, I encourage all of you to contact a Coldwell Banker agent or someone else to help you with that. I do think inventory is going to grow as a result of people becoming more educated.